This episode is educational. It does not provide legal advice. Examples are composites. Dates and currency are South African friendly where useful. Start with calm. When something goes wrong with a bank transfer, an online order, a mobile contract, or a marketplace listing, it is natural to feel angry. The system that receives your message does not read emotion. It reads names, dates, account numbers, and clear requests. Treat your complaint as a small case file. Keep the structure simple. Make it easy for the handler to act without writing back for basics. Mindset. You are working with cues, not personalities. Messages that use the right terms reach the right desk faster. Terms like authorized push payment, often called a PP account takeover, often called a TO goods not received. Chargeback, counterfeit listing. SIM swap, number spoofing. These are not buzzwords. They are labels that map to actual buttons inside the organization's tools. The 4-sentence summary. First, say who you are to the organization. Customer, cardholder, buyer, seller, or subscriber. Second, describe what happened in one short sentence and include the amount. Third, explain what you already did and when. Fourth, state what you need now. Here is an example. I am a customer of Example Bank. After social engineering on Example app, 2 transfers totaling 48,500 Rand were sent on 12 October 2025 to Example beneficiary. I called within 30 minutes and locked my banking. Case ABC123 was opened. I request immediate recall attempts, a caution on the beneficiary, and written confirmation of actions taken. Timelines that earn trust. Use one clock and stick to it. South Africa Standard Time is fine if your screenshots show it. A universal time with the offset is fine when you deal across borders. Keep one event per line in your own notes. Keep the order clean. If you are unsure of a minute, say approximately, but preserve the sequence. A simple spine beats a long story. Money movement that can be actioned. Handlers need lines they can copy into recall and freeze forms. Prepare one line per payment. Include the date and time, the amount, the payment rail, your account, the beneficiary name, the bank, the account number, and the payment reference. For crypto, include the token, the chain, and the transaction hash. Present these facts without commentary. They are the keys that start the process. Evidence that helps. Use legible screenshots with visible timestamps and handles. Save suspicious pages as PDFs and keep the original links. Say which device and which app you used. For example, iPhone 14 on iOS 18, Chrome 128 on Windows 11. Keep file names plain and consistent so a reviewer can understand a folder at a glance. For example, 2025-10-12 chat at handle from 1807 to 1835. 2025-10-12, transfer 20,000 Rand reference 123456. 2025-10-12, police report CPS 45678. Requests that map to real actions. Ask for actions that exist inside the organization. For banks, request a recall via the relevant scheme, a caution on the beneficiary account, and preservation of online banking logs for the hour around the event. For card issuers, request a dispute for goods not received under the correct reason code, a block on the merchant descriptor, and a card reissue. For exchanges, request a check on whether the destination address is hosted, a voluntary freeze if it is hosted, and preservation of access logs. For platforms, request account removal under policy, preservation of messaging logs for law enforcement, and a review of linked accounts. For telecoms, request a SIM change lock, a note that your number is high risk, and additional verification for any future SIM changes. Scenario: authorized push payment at a bank. Open with the anchor line and the 4-sentence summary. Present the timeline and the payment lines exactly as you see them in your banking app. Include the chat transcript or fake site screenshots. Ask for recall and for a caution on the beneficiary. State that you locked your banking and filed a police report. Ask the bank to retain online session logs for the hour around the event. Provide your contact hours. Then give the process time to run. Scenario: card not present fraud or goods not received. If your card was used online, give the last 4 digits, the merchant descriptor as it appears on your statement, the date, and the amount. If goods were not delivered, give the promised delivery window and your attempts to resolve directly. Ask for a dispute under the correct reason code and for a card reissue if the number is compromised. Attach confirmations and tracking failures. Facts beat adjectives. Scenario: marketplace or social platform policy breach. Your aim is removal, preservation, and review. Open with the account handle and a link to the listing or profile. State the harm in one sentence. Provide a short timeline and any payment details. Ask for removal under policy, preservation of messages, and a review of linked accounts. If you were pushed off platform to pay, say so plainly and include the confirmations. Scenario: crypto payment to a hosted exchange. You cannot tell from the address alone whether funds landed on a custodial wallet. Ask the exchange to check. Provide the token, the chain, the transaction hashes, the amounts, the times, and the sending platform. Ask whether the destination is hosted with them. If yes, request a voluntary freeze and preservation of access logs. If no, ask them to flag the address for monitoring. Scenario: SIM swap and caller ID spoofing. If you suspect a swap or spoofing, provide dates and the odd signs. Failed inbound one-time passcodes. Unexpected call diversions. New voicemail behavior. Calls that appear to come from your own number. Ask for a SIM change lock for extra verification on any SIM change request and for nuisance call measures where available. Also ask for a high-risk note on your account. How to handle a phone call. Before you dial, place your 4-sentence summary in front of you. Keep your timeline and your payment lines below it. When the agent answers, say your anchor line, then read the 4 lines. Pause. Answer questions with dates and amounts. Ask whether the case can be routed to the correct category. Use the exact category name. Ask for a reference number for every action. Before you end the call, repeat the reference numbers back to confirm. After the call, send the same summary by email with the same subject and the same attachments. Escalation without heat. If the reply does not address the action you requested, respond once and keep it calm. Thank the responder. Ask for escalation to the correct team. Provide one sentence that shows the criteria are met. For example, the payment was within an hour. The amount qualifies. The policy you cite applies. Ask for the supervisor ticket number. Keep the same email thread so the timeline remains intact. Common mistakes. Vague subject lines delay routing. Long paragraphs with no dates make people guess. Missing account numbers force slow lookups. Using an email address that is not on your account creates a verification delay. Threats and sarcasm do not move queues. Opening several threads on the same case splits your evidence. Sending a compressed folder of unlabeled images wastes review time. Name your files first. Nomming that speeds reviews. Put the date first, then a short label, then a time window if useful. Readable examples include 2025-10-12 timeline, 2025-10-12 transfer summary, 2025-10-12 chat at handle from 1807 to 1835, 2025-10-12 fake site screenshots, 2025-10-12 police report CPS 45678. Redact full card numbers. Keep the last 4 digits visible. Do not include passwords or one-time codes. Clocks and expectations. Recalls work best in the first hours. Chargebacks have strict windows, often 60 to 120 days from the statement date. Exchange freezes are only possible while funds remain in custodial wallets. Law enforcement timelines vary. Your advantage is speed, complete facts, and a dated paper trail. A 1-minute script for the hardest day. Use this pattern. Hello, I'm reporting an authorized push payment scam. 2 transfers totaling 48,500 Rand were sent today at 1829 South Africa Standard Time to example beneficiary. My case number is a BC123. Please initiate recall via the relevant scheme, place a caution on the beneficiary, and preserve online session logs from 1800 to 1900. I can email the timeline and evidence bundle to this ticket. My best number is 0xxxxxxx. I am reachable until 1800. Templates you can personalize. Bank. Subject. Authorized push payment recall request. I'm a customer of Example Bank. On 12 October 2025, 2 electronic funds transfers totaling 48,500 Rand were sent to example beneficiary after social engineering on example app. I called within 30 minutes and locked my banking. Case ABC123 was opened. Please initiate recall via the relevant scheme, place a caution on the beneficiary account, preserve session logs for the hour around the event, and confirm outcomes in writing. Timeline and evidence attached. Card issuer. Subject. Chargeback for goods not received. Card ending 1234 was charged 1,999 Rand on 1 October 2025 by example merchant. Goods were not delivered and the merchant is non-responsive. Please open a dispute under the correct reason code, block the merchant descriptor, and reissue the card. Order confirmation and delivery attempts are attached. Exchange. Subject. Abuse report and wallet freeze. Funds were directed to your platform through an investment romance scheme. Please confirm whether destination address on example chain is hosted with you. If yes, request a voluntary freeze and preserve access logs. If no, flag the address for monitoring. Hashes and times attached. Platform. Subject. Policy violation and financial harm. Account example handle directed me off platform to send funds. Please remove the account under policy, preserve messages for law enforcement, and review linked accounts. Evidence attached. Telecom. Subject. SIM swap and caller ID spoofing. I believe my number was targeted on example date. Please enable a SIM change lock, require extra verification for any SIM change, and advise on protective steps. Call logs and support references attached. A short checklist before you send. Confirm that your subject uses the correct label. Confirm that your 4-sentence summary is at the top. Confirm that your timeline is dated and clean. Confirm that your payment lines are complete. Confirm that your evidence files are named and legible. Confirm that your requests map to real actions. Confirm that your contact hours are included. Closing thought. The complaint desk is built to treat cases consistently. You help it help you when you provide the inputs it expects. A clear subject, a short summary, a dated spine, exact transactions, organized evidence, precise requests. When you deliver those, money is recalled, cards are reissued, accounts are locked, listings are removed, and harm is reduced. That is success for today. Credits and care. Narration generated with AI patterns compiled from public sources and anonymized cases. Laws and policies vary by country and by platform. For specific matters, seek qualified help. Handle evidence lawfully and protect non-public individuals.